If you want to make some money, open your ears. If you want to make some money, open your mind.
All right, I'm here with Jaiden Gross, superstar, and Jaiden is a really young guy, first of all.
Thank you.
And no, you're welcome. And a very successful entrepreneur. So Jaiden, if you had to start over again, and you're so young, so I don't know, you were starting high school, I guess. But if you had to start over again, in terms of starting a business, whether it be sales or whatever, what would you do?
The first thing I would do is definitely find a mentor. For the longest time, I didn't actually try to find other people who were great at the things that I wanted to become great at. And that definitely deterred me from becoming ultra successful early on. I did a lot of trial and error, a lot of tribulation, tried to be Superman. Already somebody out there who's an expert at whatever it is that you're trying to do, right? Anything you want to know is in a book somewhere, it's in a person somewhere. So instead of you trying to go out and fail and then find out the hard way, find out the easier way. Right? Bill Gates said it best. Find a lazy person, he'll find a way to do the job better. Because if you're trying to do everything by yourself, first and foremost, you only have 24 hours in a day. So you only get so much time to do whatever it is that you're looking to do. So if you look for other people who've spent 10, 20, 50 plus years doing the things that you want to get expert in, you might as well just spend that time with that. So yeah, if I were to start over, I would definitely look for mentors first. I would follow the people who had those nice cars, that lived in those nice homes, that owned those nice buildings, and actually ask them, get out of my comfort zone. Hey, what do you do? How can I learn from you? What can I do in exchange? And really just, try to connect with people early on. That's the biggest thing. I was so isolated for such a long time. I would just, stay in my back cave, as I like to call it, just researching, reading books, which is great. It's a good, secondary forms of information and tertiary forms of information is great, but as you learn in school, primary information from other people is the best form. So, learn from others as much as you can, and yeah, start as soon as you can, right? There's a difference between one day and day one. That's kind of my thing that I say too, right? A lot of people, they say, oh, I'm gonna do this one day. Just start today, day one.
And just really quick, Jaiden, so I don't know how long you've been doing what you've been doing, but if you could tell us that and maybe, I don't know, about how much you're making per month?
Sure, yeah, absolutely. So for those of you guys who know Ty Lopez, I joined his social media marketing agency program back in October of last year, 2016. It's currently August going on September of 2017 now, and that was kind of really when I hit financial freedom / independence. I joined this program back in October. Within 30 days, I was actually able to generate about $32,000 in revenue. And since then, I've been able to do over 6 figures a month in all different type of entrepreneurial sales combined. So, genuinely, I'm super grateful for it. I've been kind of doing entrepreneurship ever since I was in high school, like 14, 15. I started my own tea business, reselling, Arizona teas in my high school, car wash businesses, lawns. I mean, standard, selling Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I was always trying to make money, but really it didn't come from a need. It didn't come from a want to be financially independent. It came from like a necessity. Okay. This is kind of like a personal, story, and a lot of you guys could probably relate this to. In high school, my parents were getting divorced, and all I wanted to do was ask for 20 bucks to go to the movies. So I'd ask mom, I'd say, hey, you got 20 bucks? They'd say, ask dad. I'd ask dad, hey, ask your mom. So it was this constant, lack of control. And I think that's really what got me into, financial independence and entrepreneurship is really just, I wanted to have more control over my life. I was, sick and tired of being sick and tired and started early and wish I would have started earlier. I see kids now all the days that are like 10 years old and they're writing their books and, they're making, $10,000 a month. I mean, actually just here, one of my mastermind students, I train entrepreneurs online. He's 19 years old and he's making $35,000 plus a month in all of these businesses, and I can't even imagine what I would do if I was a 19-year-old making that kind of money. But it just goes to show, if you start young and you're willing to embrace the adversity, because you're gonna face a lot of adversity. I don't know about you, but when I started my business, everybody wants to see you fail, and they don't want to see you fail because they want to see you fail. They just don't know anything different. Like, imagine if everybody around you made $1 million. You think that they would actually be happy with you making less? They wouldn't, because they don't want to surround themselves with people who have lesser success than themselves. They want to learn more. Successful people like other successful people. It's just like a thing that I've learned. And so it was kind of that mindset shift really back in October when I joined Ty's program. He really kind of implanted that idea in me that it's not about what you are right now, it's about who you can become. And really that was that kind of shift in my brain that allowed me to go from $40,000 a year, living in a 12 by 14, bedroom in my parents' house, to, an 1,100 square foot, although it might not seem like a crazy big apartment, very modern, $3,000 a month, 1 bedroom, 1 den apartment, and I'm literally super happy with that. Like, could I have more? Sure, but I'm at that point right now where I love to travel. I haven't traveled in like years. Like, I went on a plane like 5-6 months ago. They have TV screens now in the back. I remember when they had the drop downs. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
You had like one, and it was like 30 or 40 seats. That was back in like 2004, 2005. I really did it for freedom. So for any of you guys watching this right now, if you guys are thinking, how did Jaiden do what he did? Really just kind of look inside and kind of ask yourself, what do you want? Is it financial freedom? If so, why do you want financial freedom? Is it because you want more control in your life? Is it because you're sick and tired of, feeling unhappy and you want to show yourself that you're capable of? I mean, there's so many different reasons why to start. You know what I mean?
Right. And how old are you, Jaiden?
I'm 22.
Right. He's talking like he's like 35 or something.
No.
But he's wise beyond his years for sure.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Thanks, Jaiden. Appreciate it, buddy.
Absolutely.
All right. Be good.